go. Come on, something. Come on. Ah! Swing and a miss.
There's a lot of fun coming.
Don't throw it wide.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Unbelievable.
Way back when, in 2018, the Xbox Baseball League was established. A gathering of Super Mega Baseball's most active and willing has now developed 3 years later into a gathering of the world's best, where competition fosters growth and community on all steps of the ladder. We harken back to the days of old with an all-Xbox pairing. On one hand, we have a stargazing and ever-powerful group which aims to chart a course through the regular season on the way to a first ever playoff berth, having already conquered the AAA. On the other, a Hall of Famer who returns with a pickaxe to grind, searching to return to the postseason themselves, having yet to achieve that former World Series luster in the cross-platform era. WishboneRulz and the LaGrange Astronauts dance with FiniteProvision and the Joplin Miners. Welcome to XBL Opening Night.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another production of the Cross-Platform Baseball League and the kickoff on another season, Season 12 here in the XBL. My name is Dwayne. I'm going to be rocking the play-by-play commentary for you this evening. And with me in the booth once again is Oxbox, ready to start things off here. AAA and AA veteran. How you doing, Ox?
What's up, Dwayne? What's up, everybody? Good to be back here for another season. Welcome in, and good to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're starting off, as already stated, and if you just heard that great promo from Urban, the 12th season in the XBL, what formerly was the Xbox Baseball League, now is the Cross-Platform Baseball League since Season 8. And we've been doing this since 2018, and our top competition here at 90 Ego is about to start things off with a match between two players who are both on the Xbox platform, harkening back to the days of yore. It's going to be WishboneRulz and his LaGrange Astronauts versus FiniteProvision and the Joplin Miners. A very, very strong matchup between these two players.
Yeah, and as you guys can see in our keys to the gang, Xbox gang a factor here, and also, it goes without saying, Dwayne, that a lot of the league is now turned into a PC league, where these are the only couple of Xbox guys left, other than Flash. I think the only Xbox guys in the XBL.
Yeah, as of right now, very, very few Xbox players in the top tier of the XBL. But no reason for neither of them to make a name for themselves. Flash made the playoffs last season as I believe a upper seed. I forget if it was 7th or something like that. Part of my forgetting, but either way, Xbox looking to really jump back, and a pair of wins for either player tonight goes a long way, as it's going to be a scrap as it stands right now for the 14 playoff spots in the XBL, I believe, as if the field stands at 19 or more.
Yeah, and let's not forget Wishbone did win the AAA on 83 Ego on his Xbox, and Finite, a multiple-time Xbox League champion himself. So neither of these guys feel like that's going to be anything holding them back tonight. The only thing we could see is Finite. He hasn't played in a while, as far as we know, so he's going to look to be shaking off that rust. But both guys, good pitchers on the mound, and both of them rely on that big hit, that big, the late in the game home run or that game-changing hit. They can really swing the game one way or the other.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're alluding to when we talk about power supply there at the bottom. These players really have what you could call a clutch factor. Either way, they have a lot of pop. They seem to get under the ball nicely, and like you just said, they rely on those big gappers, big home runs to make a difference in the ball game. So don't be surprised if what looks like a close game all of a sudden gets blown open by a 3-run gapper or something like that here tonight. Both of these players really able to get that done. So without further ado, I think we'll go ahead and let the players know we're ready to rock and roll for game number 1, and we're going to kick off Season 12 of the Cross-Platform Baseball League. Let's get to it.
Let's do it. Good luck, guys.
All right, folks, we load in now to Emerald Diamond, home of the Joplin Miners, for game number 1 here of the XBL Season 12. Players getting ready for first pitch. You can see Wishbone going with the contact specialist this season. Should be interesting. A lot of teams moving to that 5-bar contact build, something that we noticed in the roster building. So we'll see how that stacks up against Finite's old balanced build. The Joplin Miners making a comeback after the departure of the Sherwood Yeoman that Finite ran last season.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point worth noting. There is Finite known for not only the miners, but known for his balanced approach. And Wishbone taking a page out of Weaver's book, that 4-bar power, 5-bar contact meta. As we all know, contact can make a huge difference in your hitting approach and your amount, the amount of base hits you get in a game.
First pitch of season 12 is outside, low and away. Sorry, what was that, Ox?
Sorry about that. I was just saying, like you said, welcome back to the minors.
Jim Lovell fouls one away. It's 1-2 now. Eleanor Aquitaine, the opening day starter for the Miners, and she gets a strikeout here to start things off. First out, Alan Shepard coming up. Lefty having his first AB. That one's a dribbler up the middle, and that will get him on base easy with the speed. Shepard with the first hit of season 12.
Yeah, he just pokes it right up the chute there, Dwayne.
Right up the chute indeed. We'll see if Wishbone decides to send the runner. We saw a lot of stealing in the AAA match of the week that was just a few moments ago. But should be a bit of a different strategy from these players here tonight in the XBL. Both these players are known for their pop. Wishbone being patient so far, fouls one back, counts evened up for Neil Armstrong. That one gets in there. Great pitch, strike 3.
Great pitch indeed. I love this pitch arsenal by Finite's starter here with the 2-seam and the changeup, low arm angle. She's got great deadly action to that arm side.
There's a diving play from Maid Marian. She throws it over to second base to Frank Osbaldistone. And there's out number 3. So no harm done there. And we go to the bottom of the first. Maid Marian will get the start here at leadoff against Fred Hayes, the big velo starter for the LaGrange Astronauts. Good changeup, starts us off with a strike. Even I thought that one was low. Wishbone painting here to start things off against Marion. She hits that one to the right side. It's a diving play from Ken Mattingly. He gets it to first in time to beat the speedy Marion. And this is Lancelot Dulac.
Yeah, Wishbone with some excellent pitching here early, but even though that was a somewhat routine dive, I know the astronauts always hold their breath anytime their fielders are in motion.
Dulac hits that one deep to right center. Gus Grissom has to range all the way back to the warning track to make that grab. Or left center field, excuse me. And now Edward Waverly bats with high pitch engaged.
I thought that one was getting out of here, Dwayne.
Yeah, big pop from Finite early, getting around on the curve. We'll see if Wishbone's a bit more careful where he's placing those as the game continues to develop. Gets a good cutter outside, low and away to get ahead in the count. And then swing and a miss, strike 3 at the screwball. That's out number 3 as well. We head to the top half of the second. Nothing doing from the Miners in the first.
Yeah, Fred Hayes, the starter for the Knots here. Also with that nasty arm side action from the left side with the screwball. And something Wishbone will use, that screwball changeup often.
First pitch swinging here in the second. That one hit on the ground. Taken over to first for out number 1. Harrison Schmidt, now the catcher, will bat. Powers versus lefty engage against the starter Aquitaine. In there low. Good pitch from Finite.
Wishbone is a good hitter, Dwayne, and he's really beefed up the hitting stats and top to bottom on this roster. Any guy could go deep anytime.
Yeah, he's got a lot more contact now to go with that power, but he can't reach that pitch there. Swing and a miss, strike number 3. And that brings up Ken Mattingly after the quick 2 outs in the second. We see the starter already locked in for Finite. We'll see after this single up the middle from Wishbone if that remains. No, the mojo goes down. And good speed at first. Brett Hayes bats in the 8 hole for the Astronauts. Wishbone, the one player in the XBL who bats his pitcher in the 8 hole pretty much 100% of the time. Interesting lineup construction. Getting Gus Grissom there in the 9 hole to follow up. We'll see if we can get to him as the count's even for Hayes. He hits that one deep to center field, actually, where Finite has to range back and make a good catch with Will Farnaby. And that will be out number 3, so we go to the bottom half of the second, still tied at 0-0.
Yeah, the only plus side to batting your pitcher 8th is now that the pitcher makes the 3rd out there, he will have a decent fast runner to lead off, you know, to turn that lineup over here and once we get to the 3rd inning. But, you know, it would have been nice to have a hitter there with the guy on first as well.
Yeah, always interesting to see the contrast of styles in action. Frank Osbaldistone, the big cleanup hitter at the plate for the Miners. He swings underneath that one for strike number 3. And that'll bring up P.I. Parker. Left fielder, I believe a new player for these Miners, not someone I've seen before. Hayes' first pitch in there for strike 1.
Yeah, I don't recognize a lot of these minor names, Dwayne.
P.I. Parker swings at one in the dirt. Catcher has to gather and throw it to first. John Glenn makes that catch easy. And there's out number 1 with the strikeout. Brings up Joshua Dietz, the catcher.
I think both guys have shown you signs early that what kind of game this is going to be. Both pitchers kind of have a feel for how to get the other guy to, you know, fooled as far as chasing out of the zone and mixing in some strikes on the corners as well.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wishbone painting with the fastball, Finite unable to catch up. And yeah, you're right, Ox. I mean, both these players able to live on the edges so far, experienced pitchers in this league. And there's not a lot to give through the first 2 innings. We're in the top half of the 3rd now where Gus Grissom leads us off. Aquitaine's first pitch of this inning is low.
Here is Gus Grissom, hero of the AAA World Series when the Knots won it all, or one of the heroes anyway. And just like we talked about, you know, the contrast there with batting the pitcher 8th, Wishbone gets the blue pit and the fast stealer trait guy on first base to start off this 3rd inning. He's in business here.
You'll see when and if he decides to go with that runner at first. Jim Lovell takes 2 pitches. It's a 1-1 count. Finite definitely being mindful. Wishbone swings.
Tempo.
That could end up fair. Dulac has to make a good catch as the fielders converge along the line there.
Yeah, the wind blew it back fair or something there, Dwayne. I thought it was going to be possibly get down for a safe foul as the runner takes off here and we'll be safe into second base.
That's a good steal. Puts a runner in scoring position for Alan Shepard, who already has a single today. Looking to hit something a bit harder than he did for that single in the first, where he got the dribbler up the middle. Swing and a miss at that one, though. Underneath it, a middle-in heater, something Wishbone might want back, but well placed from Finite. Gets him out.
Yeah, we just saw Eleanor go back to locked in, but Wishbone's going to poke one up the chute here, and that's going to be an RBI base hit to open up the scoring here in this matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice slow roller. Easily scores that runner from second base, and way to manufacture there from Wishbone after getting the single and then getting the steal. He's got a man on first now with the lead and 2 outs. John Glenn at the plate sees a strike over the heart of the dish. Swings at that one low. It's on the ground. Jack Burden picks it up, throws it to first. Osbaldistone makes the grab. It's out number 3, but the Miners are down now by a score of 1-0 and must respond as we move to the bottom half of the 3rd.
Yeah, great job by the Knots there. That was all Gus Grissom getting it started with the bloop and then the steal of second base. Able to score on the soft contact. Ball up the chute. And now Wishbone in control here, 1-0.
That one's hit hard. A good changeup on the edge of the plate. Finite handles it well, pulling it into right for a leadoff single. So good start here for Joplin. Will Farnaby looking to follow up. That's the first hit of the season here for the Miners.
And it's worth mentioning that I believe Finite is the all-time XBL total hits career leader.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. at this time, in a bit of a back and forth with myself as we both remain active. That one swung and a miss, though, for out number 1. Unable to get a piece there. It's going to bring up the pitcher. But yeah, much respect to Finite for his longevity and continuing to set records in this league. That's one of the big reasons why he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, hats off to you both, Dwayne. I can't remember, was it him that broke your record last season, or was it the other way around?
It's like I said, back and forth. I think he had it first, and then last season we ended up eclipsing each other at different points. As he gets another one here, as there's 2 runners on. That one's hit on the ground. Fred Hayes picks that one up, throws it to second, on to first, and there's a double play to end the inning, and we go to the 4th. The score is 1-0, so good double play to get out of it for Wishbone.
Yeah, Dwayne, and again, like we talked about, both guys doing a great job of painting corners, you know, about half the time, and the other half the time they really know when to, you know, get the other guy to chase when they need it, as Wishbone goes way out of the zone there with the screwball to get the double play.
Buzz Aldrin swings at the 1-1 pitch. It looked a bit out of the zone, but Wishbone hits it pretty hard. He got a good piece. It sends it to left center where Farnaby has to make a grab, and there's an out recorded. Harrison Schmidt 0 for 1 at the plate. We're in the 4th. Finite starter at 43 pitches, beginning to tire a little bit. Can't find the zone here against Schmidt. Walks him on 4 pitches.
Yeah, with stats like that and power versus lefties engaged, it's almost better to just not even try to come back from a 2-0, 3-0 deficit.
Good pitch there to start off Ken Mattingly. He bats with the runner on, fouls it away. Now it's 0-2. Whipper engages. Breaking ball in the dirt for ball number 1. That one fouled back. They reset and swing and a miss, strike 3. Wishbone quite a bit early there. Brings up the pitcher, Fred Hayes.
Fred locked in. He could do some damage here at the dish. As you remember, he flew out near the warning track first at bat. He put a sting into one.
Finite able to get 2 quick strikes and then swing and a miss, strike 3 once again. Nice job on the sequence from Finite to get Wishbone swinging. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Lead remains for the Astronauts, 1-0.
Yeah, it's been a grinded out game so far, and we knew it would be by both these guys, experienced veteran pitchers on the mound, and they both seem to know exactly when to dial up that chase pitch.
Yeah, get some chase in there. Now ahead in the count, Fred Hayes, who's locked in, swing and a miss. There's strike number 3, and out number 1 recorded. Brings up Edward Waverly, the switch hitting shortstop. Meat of the order for these Miners, looking to get something rolling. Hayes going to be tough to beat if he continues to roll like this.
You know, to power swing at 90 ego, you have to time it up for that 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And from a lefty, both guys lefty low arm angle. Fred Hayes might be mid arm angle, but either way, when you have to respect that 100-mile-an-hour velo, and then, you know, the 2-seamer, the screwball, the changeup is all coming out of the same arm slot, arm side. That's a really hard pitch to decipher from that 4-seamer at 100 mile an hour. So that's why you're seeing both guys really struggle to pick up that fastball versus like when he goes to the screwball or the changeup.
Yeah, Finite lost there on that at bat late on the last 2 pitches, unable to catch up, swings at those. And there's out number 3 pretty handily. Good sequences from Wishbone bring us to the top of the 5th. Both these guys looking great on the hill. I mean, it's only 1-0, and sometimes that's due to a bit of detriment to the hitting, but I think it's really just credit to the pitching so far, as Wishbone able to work an infield single here, can get something started now with Grissom.
Yeah, Dwayne, both guys pitching great. That's the 3rd hit by Wishbone, I think, in that kind of weak contact fashion. But he gets another stealer on base and swipes second base. So those kind of hits winning him the ball game so far. As he blasts another one up the middle, he's going to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay there by Finite. Oh, and he throws it away. And the runner will get to second. The run scores no matter what. But now runners... Oh, he goes to 3rd?
Sometimes they hit you with the 2-bag error on those, and not sure if it was lag or frustration, but Eleanor, she just wasn't having it anymore. She chucked that sucker into the bleachers.
Yeah, Eleanor still, on the hill, though, trying to clean up the mess she's just contributed to, as the runner's on third with less than 2 outs. And gets a strikeout, and now is ahead against Armstrong.
It's funny, Dwayne, we just had No Name and Eduardo, and Wishbone took a page out of both of those guys' books with the soft contact base hits, the steals, and then the RBIs. But Finite gets back-to-back strikeouts here with no outs. He's one more out away from getting out of here.
Yeah, if he can step away from this inning with just the 1-run score, that's definitely going to be a success for the Miners. We'll see if Aquitaine's 68th pitch can find the zone. It cannot. It almost hits him. So John Glenn late on that breaking ball. That one hit hard. It's under the glove of the third baseman. The run will come home. Throw from Parker gets into second, so it's just a single for Glenn, and it's 3-0 for LaGrange.
Yeah, Dwayne, I think Eleanor's done here. She's becoming very hard to control, and she's lost a lot of velo. Anything he leaves over the middle here, Wishbone's going to tee off on. And just like that.
Yeah, that one crushed deep into the left center field gap. Finite makes a diving attempt, but he can't get there. That will score another run for Wishbone. It's 4-0 off the double. And Harrison Schmidt looking to continue things. He's 0 for 1 with a walk.
Yeah, you got to feel for Finite. The first few runs are tough luck runs that Wishbone really did a good job manufacturing, but now he's brought a knife to a gunfight as Wishbone's really going to feast on any kind of stats like this.
Yeah, got to get that starter out of there as she contributes to this damage. Once again, as a hit gets through the right side. Ken Mattingly at the plate, looking to really put a punch on this for the Astronauts. We'll see what he can do. That curveball just missed. Next pitch misses away, and it's 1-1 to Ken Mattingly.
And just like that, Wish went from grinding out manufacturing runs to really looking to explode this ball game. But Finite does get the strikeout to strike out the side, but Dwayne, a lot of damage done in between.
Yeah, big 3 spot from the Astronauts. Brings it to 4-0. This is an inning here where the Miners have to respond. Starting things off 5, 6, 7. It's P.I. Parker. Fred Hayes is still locked in. His 44th pitch, a curveball in for a strike. Fouled away. It's 0-2. The locked-in Hayes' fastball swung on strike 3. It's 100 miles an hour up and in. No way you can catch up with that. Brings up Joshua Dietz.
Yeah, some great pitching here by Wishbone still as he gets deeper into this ball game. And one of the main difference in these two starting pitchers you'll see is the accuracy stat, as both guys similar velo and jump, but Wishbone, relying on that high accuracy, he's not leaving anything over the middle.
Finite swings over that changeup. It's in the dirt. Wish has to throw it to first to complete the strikeout. And now that's Jack Burden at the plate. 2 outs here in this inning. Burden is 1 for 1 tonight. Hayes' 53rd pitch in there for a strike. Swung on. It's 1-2 now to Jack Burden. Swinging and a miss. Strike 3. That cutter away. Too much for Burden to handle, and we go to the top half of the 6th. It's still 4-0 in favor of LaGrange.
Fred Hayes is going to start us off here in the top of the 6th, and he's on fire. I bet Wish leaves him in here with that 2-bar bullpen. Fred Hayes is mowing him down, just 2 hits allowed.
That one hit on the ground. The 0-1 pitch is to short. Finite completes the play, and there's out number 1. Gus Grissom back at the dish. He's locked in 2 for 2, starting off his season right. First game here of the XBL season 12. That one on the ground to the pitcher, thrown to second, or thrown to first. There's a second out, excuse me.
That was, with the guy locked in 2 for 2, the hits he's got tonight, I thought for sure that one was going to kick off the pitcher for a 3 for 3 night.
Following that up, though, hit hard. It's off the wall on a fly from Wishbone. Ends up being a long, loud single. Crushing that 2-0 pitch with the leadoff hitter. And now Alan Shepard's back at it. for a fourth at-bat. Top of the 6th inning.
That's the loudest single you can hit right there.
Shepard fouls that one away. This one on the ground, the 0-2 pitch as Baldestone takes it himself to record the 3rd out. We go to the bottom half of this inning. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Miners. They got to get something rolling. They've only got 2 hits so far. It's Will Farnaby leading off. Farnaby takes a strike over the outside portion. Here comes Wish again with the heater, and he's on fire right now, so watch out for Fred Hayes. 57th pitch, swung on and missed. Screwball inside, that's strike number 3. We go to Eleanor Aquitaine. You'd have to think she's getting pulled here, and she is.
That's the 12th strikeout here for Fred Hayes, as you know, Wishbone now has 16 total outs in the game. 12 of them have come via strikeout.
He's absolutely mowing right now. Finite down. He's just cannot catch up with the heater as he swings at another one. That's 13 strikeouts here for Wishbone and Fred Hayes. This is what this pitcher was built for.
Yeah, absolutely. He is the ace of the staff. And, you know, Dwayne, I don't think this is going to last all night for Finite. He's still, this is what we were talking about pregame. He's trying to shake that rust off. He probably has not seen a 90 velo screwball pitcher in a while, especially from someone as experienced on the mound as Wishbone. And Wish really sequencing well so far tonight.
Yeah,
the Miners a rude welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say 3 innings left to respond here for Finite. We'll see if he can put a lid on these Astronauts to start the 7th inning with Peter Burke coming out of the bullpen.
And, you know, he hasn't played well. I mean, he hasn't played poorly at all. He did a good job, but so far, you know, on the mound, the last couple runs of Wishbone's coming basically from fatigue of that starting pitcher.
That one hit on the ground right back at Burke. He makes the play, throws it to first. There's out number 1.
First baseman, number 23.
Brings up John Glenn. Yeah, the fatigue definitely contributed there to some of the damage last inning, or the inning before, forget which one it was, by Wishbone. Flies out easily here for out number 2, though, unable to get around on that. And Buzz Aldrin looking to get something rolling with 2 outs against Burke, whose 9th pitch misses low. It's 1-1. Peter Burke, 2-1, misses inside. A 3-1 count now to Buzz Aldrin. Gets in there for a strike, it's full. It's on the ground in front of the plate. Dietz picks it up, throws it to first easily. There's out number 3, so no damage from Wishbone and the Astronauts. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch, folks. It's 4-0 here. And the Miners still looking up at a strong deficit.
Number 18.
Yeah, just 2 hits so far, and like we said, a lot of these outs resulting in strikeouts is Finite not able to get a whole lot going so far. But, you know, Dwayne, this is where you want to try to start building some momentum into the next game, start having some good at-bats, put some good wood on the ball, and, you know, really start to get more comfortable at the dish, because you definitely don't want to, you know, play 18 innings lost at the plate like this.
Yeah, gotta find a way to get Wishbone to throw him some pitches to hit as well. Wishbone doing a great job of living on the corners. This one grounded over to shortstop where Neil Armstrong can pick it up. He throws it to first and gets the 2nd out. That'll bring up Osbaldestone, who's tense. It's got low pitch, though. He fouls that way away. This one on the ground. Buzz Aldrin picks it up, throws it to first. And there is out number 3. I don't think a strikeout was recorded in that inning. So a bit of progress there from the Miners, but they need base hits and they need runs if they want to get into this game late. We're going to the top of the 8th for Harrison Schmidt to lead us off.
Yeah, and again, for most of this ball game, Finite doing a good job of keeping Wishbone off track, you know, out of rhythm and off the bases for the most part. It's those pesky speedsters that have been finding their way on base for the knots, and then Wishbone making them pay.
This one crushed by Mattingly. That's deep to center. I don't know if that's coming back. It's a jumping attempt, and it's gone right over the top of the wall, and it's a solo shot all of a sudden here from the Astronauts opens up this lead to 5-0.
Back, gone. That's the first dinger of the season for Wishbone's Astronauts.
Their first dinger here of the season for the XBL as well in Season 12. Now Fred Hayes at the dish with 1 out. Strike number 3.
Sorry about that, Dwayne. You know Wishbone would love to get a win or even 2 wins here on Match of the Week to follow up that big Bengals victory his Cincinnati boys got earlier today. Wishbone, a big Cincinnati sports fan, so, you know, congrats to him.
Yeah, topping it off with a winner, maybe even 2 on XBL Match of the Week would be sublime. He starts off the 8th with a hit. Or,
Hey,
excuse me,
over yet,
I just mistake myself. Sorry about that. He's got the Steeler on as well. Gus Grissom has had an amazing game. Just unable to stay off the base paths. Wishbone does run here. Finite able to make a good catch, though. Ball beach balled for him out there in center. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. So the homer there stretches the lead 5-0. And Finite just unable to get some hits.
And we see Wishbone's roster with all that power and all that contact. Gus Grissom was kind of left out of that party, Dwayne. He wasn't invited to the power and contact party, but he's still finding his way on base with that 99 speed. He's deadly.
Joshua Dietz is 0 for 2 tonight. He's trying to get something started. He hits that one hard right up the middle. Gus Grissom throws that back in. There's a hit for the Miners, first one in a little while, and Jack Burden will bat 1 for 2.
Yeah, that's what you want to see more of if you're Finite. Excuse me, Dwayne, is he really smoked that ball up the middle.
That one's lifted out behind short. Great play from Neil Armstrong. Wow, that's an amazing diving grab right off the edge of the grass. Thought for sure that was going to be a hit. And 2 on here for the Miners, but now he's staring at 2 outs and a man on. Will Farnaby at the plate. He grounds that one over to short, where Armstrong picks it up, goes the short way to second for the out.
Oh.
That will be out number 3.
I don't know about you, Dwayne, but the only time I ever do that is when I forget that there's 2 outs and flip it to second. Sometimes they beat that throw, so Wishbone luckily gets out of it there.
Alan Shepard starting it off in the 9th. Hits that one hard to center where Farnaby makes the grab. 1 out for Neil Armstrong. 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI. Fouls that one away.
And if you're Finite, you know, by this point you're okay with the loss here, but try to get on the board here in the bottom of the half of the 9th. You know, keep building on this momentum that he started to build last inning with the hard contact base hit. You know, mark a run or 2 here in the 9th, and then might have a little bit less pressure going into game 2 here.
John Glenn hits that one right on the line. He's got decent legs, and he gets to first.
The third baseman, number 2.
You couldn't have placed a bunt any more perfect than that.
Yeah, that's the perfect swinging bunt there from WishboneRulz. And a minimum speed player. I didn't even know Glenn was that slow. I can't believe he made it to first, and now the inning just doesn't seem to want to end here for FiniteProvision.
Number 5.
Yeah, that ball hit hard, but should have been caught there by the shortstop, and now Wishbone looking for blood here.
2 on, 2 out. It's a 1-1 count. Peter Burke gets a strike in there, so now ahead. It's that one. It's on the ground. Baldstone can't get it. It's under his glove. Bases will be loaded.
Peter Burke's arm is dangling from his hip here. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we will see Benjamin Taylor come in against Mattingly, who had the home run last inning. First pitch from Taylor, a strike, then follows it up with one inside. That one hit hard deep to center. Center field was over there. Farnaby can't make the grab. Runners are heading around. 2 will score. Second and third now with 2 outs, and it's 7-0 Astronauts.
Number 24.
Brett.
Swinging bunt really started something nasty here in the ninth as Wishbone putting this one out of reach.
Yeah, 2 more runs for LaGrange. And then 3 balls to the pitcher. Benjamin Taylor can't find the zone. Hayes is 0 for 4, but he's on fire. And that one's hit into the right center field gap. The right fielder dives for it. He can't get there. And he gets it into second base, but not before the run scores, or 2 runs scored. It's 9-0 LaGrange.
Yeah, and have a day, Fred Hayes and Gus Grissom just getting it done here at the bottom of the order for the Knots. Doing it all.
0-2 now to Grissom. Swing and a miss, strike number 3, and that'll end the inning, but now 9-0 is the deficit going into the bottom half for Joplin. Let's see if they can make the comeback and head into game 2 with a chance to make some more noise. Yeah, like you said, if they can just get anything started to bring some momentum into the next game, that would be better than nothing. Jacob Schmidt is the pinch hitter. That first pitch hit hard. Buzz Aldrin picks it up, throws it to first, and there's out number 1. But good sign from Finite, able to pull a ball there. We'll see if he's able to catch up with this heat. Hayes is starting to tire, even though his on-fire status is still engaged.
Yeah, it's crazy. Usually the starter is much more, tired than this, as his velo is still pretty close to 90 up there, and gets yet another strikeout here. He's really racking up the Ks.
Yeah, 14 strikeouts here and only 1 out to work with now for Joplin in game number 1 of XBL Season 12. Lancelot Duloc hits that one over to second. Ken Mattingly dives for it, picks it up, throws it to first, out number 3. And the LaGrange Astronauts win game number 1 here tonight by a score of 9-0.
Yeah, congrats to Wishbone for getting us started here as Season 12 opens with a big W for the LaGrange Astronauts as we look to see Joplin try to get going here in Game 2.
Yeah, it was a very dominant performance there that we saw from Wishbone. Just really from start to finish, we saw him trickling a few hits in to start, and then it all broke open for him, and things got a little bit nasty for Finite too in the later innings. He just could not seem to quell a couple of those rallies. That swinging bunt, like you said, in the 9th really got something nasty started, but it was a good game all around from WishboneRulz. Really great ace pitching on the mound as well, and Finite I think he did a great job on the hill. He was unable to, like I said, quell the rally and stop some unfortunate things from happening in the baseball field. So we'll see if game 2 goes his way a little bit more, and if that good pitching can make things a bit closer for him while his offense tries to wake up. But good game overall.
Yeah, no doubt. And we'll give each player, a breather here as we have a little intermission between game 1 and 2. And it was a really close game for us for much of that, until the end there. So let's see if we can see, a tighter ball game here in game 2. Joplin's going to look to get in that win column.
Yeah, we look forward to it here on XBL opening night for Season 12. So hang with us for just a few moments, and we'll have the game 2 action coming right at you very shortly. All right, folks, we load in now to Red Rock Park, home of the LaGrange Astronauts for game number 2 of XBL Season 12's opening night. FiniteProvision and the Joplin Miners looking to jump back into this series and split things up after Wishbone took away the victory in game number 1 by a score of 9-0. Dominant pitching performance and dominant hitting. We'll see what the follow-up looks like here in game number 2. We saw the speed play a huge difference, I think. But both these players utilizing 4-bar speed as a matter of fact. So it'll be interesting to see how that's utilized in game number 2 as well. Because last time Wishbone had those runners on, he kept them moving. Finite unable to do much enough at the plate to really utilize anything at all. So let's see how these two match up as they exchange pleasantries and face off in game number 2 of XBL's opening night.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about Wishbone's 4-bar speed lineup, Dwayne, a lot of his hitters are pretty slow, actually, despite having 4-bar speed. Wish really loads up on a few positions with, 90-plus speed on those runners, and he gives them the stealer trait. So that makes it very, very difficult to throw them out when they steal second base. And anytime those pesky speedsters get on, it's basically like a double. And that's what makes him really tough to stop sometimes when he's clicking.
It's going to be Ed White, the starter here for LaGrange. First pitch, or first batter, made Marion lifts it over to right field for out number 1. So Lancelot Duloc will now bat. White all velo, just like Hayes. So we'll see if Wishbone's going to continue to try and take advantage of that like he did in the last game. We'll see if Finite can catch up.
Yeah, Ed and Fred, the two aces of this astronaut staff, I've scrimmed them many times, and they both give me fits.
That one misses low. Count runs full to Duloc. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Finite can't catch up, and that'll bring up Edward Waverly. Miners just looking to get something started. That one hit on the ground. Ken Mattingly picks it up, throws it to first, and there is out number 3. So we go to the bottom half. And now the Astronauts will have their first chance to hit.
Yeah, still not a lot of offense here for the Miners, but it's early. Finite definitely looking to get some good wood on the ball that will really relax them at the dish.
Quick out brings up Alan Shepard. Power versus righties is engaged against the starter Patrick Walsh. His second pitch misses for a ball. Now it's quickly 1-2. Finite working with a good pace. That one hit hard up the middle. It's going to be a single while Farnaby gets it into the infield.
Yeah, I think Finite turned his game volume down a little bit.
That one hit over to shortstop is going to be caught for out number 2. And there is the runner back to first quickly. So that brings up John Glenn with 2 outs. We'll see if Wishbone can take advantage here with this big power hitter. He's got low pitch. Ooh, he swings at that one.
Dwayne, I think Finite, what does he have, 4-3 bars in pitching? And it doesn't seem like either game he's thrown his ace starting pitcher here against Wishbone. So interesting to open up the season with, as Wishbone's thrown his best 2 arms on the flip side.
Yeah, perhaps some sort of underlying strategy there from Finite and the Miners. We'll see how that, allows them to develop the rest of this game number 2. So far, so good. And we are in the top half of the second, where Osbaldistone leads us off. That one swung on right down the middle, just missed.
Yeah. Not where Wishbone wanted it, and Finite wishes he could have that one back.
That one swung on a miss. There's strike number 3, nowhere near the zone. Ed White gets the strikeout, brings up Jack Burden. Burden looks at that one inside. Then swings at one, lifts it over first base. No one able to get there. It's going to be a bloop single. So 1 out and a man on.
Yeah, and a good pitch there by Wish with the curveball in a great location. But sometimes we see it, you know, a hitter chases and it pays off for him. And we also see sometimes those kind of hits can get you going at the dish. Maybe that's all it takes for Finite to get it going here.
The next batter lines it over to shortstop where there's an easy catch made for out number 2. Brings up P.I. Parker. P.I. sees a strike inside. That one's hit on the ground. John Glenn picks it up, takes it himself over to the bag, and there's out number 3. So we go to the bottom half of the second, still knotted up at 0-0. 5, 6, 7 coming up for LaGrange.
Buzz Aldrin going to get things started here in the home half of the second.
Walsh has a wild pitch there, but gets a strike out of Wishbone. Next pitch low in the zone, hit hard into the left center field gap. That should be extra bases. Ball bounces around a bit back there. Farnaby gets it into the infield. That man will be on second base with 1 out, I believe. Or no outs, excuse me. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it's a big leadoff double. And, you know, Dwayne, not to nitpick his sequencing or anything, but anytime you see Wishbone miss that badly on 1 strike and then he comes right back at him with the one over the middle. But, wow, Wishbone really puts a charge into this one to deep center field.
Yeah, just missing a home run there. Finite catching it about a foot in front of the fence. Gets the first out. Runner will move to second on the tag up. Ken Mattingly has a big RBI opportunity now. That one's on the ground. Waverly gets it over to first, and there will be out number 2. The run will score, though.
And just like last game, we see Wishbone doing a great job of manufacturing, really just producing a run, despite not, you know, the traditional way of maybe a gap or a home run, but really moving them base to base and just getting the RBI ground out there. Good job.
P.I. Parker gets underneath that one, but a run does score after the third out is recorded here in the bottom of the second. 1-0 for the Astronauts. We move to the third, and Joshua Dietz leads us off.
How did Finite not jump for that ball in center field? I don't know. I would have had to jump for that with the tricky low fence out there.
Yeah, ended up making the right call. Now only has the 1 run deficit to deal with, at least thus far. That one swung underneath. It's 2-2 to Dietz. Swung on a miss. That's strike number 3. Triple digits again from Wishbone. And that brings up the pitcher, Patrick Walsh. Good strike from Wish. The 0-1 swung on to strike number 2. Walsh looking to make contact with something. He hits that one underneath it, deep to left field, actually, to the warning track. Decent piece by the pitcher. Brings up the leadoff hitter, though, Made Marion, as the left fielder makes a good grab.
Really decent piece there. That had to feel pretty good. Hitting it with your pitcher. Kind of tough luck to get the line out there, but looks like Finite will go quietly here in the third. 1-2-3 yet again.
Yeah, good pitching again from Wishbone. He's able to get him chasing a bit out of the zone, getting the ball on the ground, and quickly back in the box for his own chance to hit now against Walsh. Gus Grissom batting .600 after that first game leads us off. He hits it over the shortstop's head. And yeah, he's got himself a single.
That guy is unreal. He's going to be hitting like 750 now, and I guarantee you he'll be taking off for second base here shortly.
Yeah, we'll have to see how crafty Wishbone gets. There he goes. Ball was on the outside part of the plate. Finite makes a good throw just in there safely.
Yeah, when you've got a guy with that much speed, Dwayne, the only chance you've got of getting him on a steal is a successful pitch-out attempt, as Wishbone nearly bloops one in the outfield there for another run. Great grab.
Runner stays at second, and there's 1 out in this inning.
Dangerous miss there.
Shepard could do a lot of damage, but he gets underneath this one where P.I. Parker can make a catch and record out number 2. Now Neil Armstrong is up with 2 outs and man on. Scoring position as well, so a hit will get him in. Looking to broaden this lead. Oh, he crushes that one, but foul.
My gosh, look at the bars on Neil Armstrong.
He hits that curveball, though, on the ground. Made Marion picks it up, throws it over to first, and there's out number 3 recorded. We go to the top half of the 4th. 2-3-4 coming up for Joplin.
Nice job there of Finite getting out of trouble.
Yeah, we'll see now if he can help himself. Duloc swings at that one, hits a dribbler over to Mattingly. Out number 1 recorded. It's interesting. It looked like he was right on that for a second, but must have got on top of it somehow.
Wishbone does a great job on the mound of disguising that curveball, man. Really thinking almost all these curveballs are below the zone, despite how good they look for a lot of the time. He either gets them in on your hands or just below the zone.
That one lifted to right, where an easy out's able to be recorded as well. Now his ball to stone bats with low pitch engaged.
Yeah, Frank's still looking for his first hit of the year, and it might be it just happened.
Yeah, you just spoke it into existence there as he flips one over the head of the shortstop and in between him and the center fielder for a single. Brings up Jack Burden. Jack swings at one, hits it on the ground. Over to Mattingly. He picks it up easily, throws it over to first, and the third out is made. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 1-0. This is kind of how things started last game. We wonder now if the Astronauts are looking to get things going here as the latter portion of the ball game starts to pass them by.
Yeah, Patrick Walsh doing a good job here of keeping, the barrel off the ball by the knots. Is a great play there by Made up the middle.
That's actually an insane play. I did not think she had a chance even diving to get that, but good timing. It must be good fielding on that player to get it done.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought it was another leadoff base hit, and like you said, this game started off pretty much identical to game 1. Both guys pitching pretty well early, and Wishbone scratching a run together just off savvy.
The 3-1 pitch to Wishbone hit hard to right, but ends up being catchable. So 2 outs now to Harrison Schmidt. Finite just missing with a curveball there. Misses with another, now behind in the count 2-0. Comes back with the heater, fouled away. Schmidt looking for his pitch. Swings at that one low. Another one foul. It's 2-2. Another pitch low, swung on, lifted to center. Well, Farnaby gets underneath it, makes the grab, out number 3 made. Go to the top of the 5th, it's 1-0.
Those middling stats for the Miners starting pitcher, not holding him back too much here. He's in cruise control now. Just the 1 run given up through 4 innings, but really needing to get something going here on offense. I'd like to see Finite take a few more pitches, not swing so early in the count. Try to make Wishbone get that pitch count up.
Yeah, Ed White locked in with 41 pitches, now 42 on the way. Swung on late by P.I. Parker. He's looking for his first hit. This one hit to shortstop. P.I.'s got some speed. He cannot quite get there to beat it out. It brings up Dietz again, the catcher.
Decently fast runner getting on base, even with a dribbler there. That would have been big for Finite.
This one on the ground. Ken Mattingly picks it up, throws it over to first, and at number 3 recorded. Finite unable to get that hard contact rolling here through 5. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Pretty even though, just the scoreboard. 2 hits to the Miners, 3 hits to the Astronauts, and the Astronauts have the edge. This one hit deep. Yeah, 1-0 pitch. Oh, out of here. I did not think that had the distance, but a solo shot to start the inning here from Wishbone. 413 feet from Mattingly. It's the 2nd of the season already.
Yeah, nice job there by Mattingly. The second home run of the XBL season. Knock right there. And, there's a couple of short porch fences here in Red Rock, but that wasn't one of them. He just scrapes over the top of that 10-foot wall.
That one's on the ground. Made Marion. She throws it to first, and there's out number 1 recorded.
It's not like cringe Colonial where pretty much everything is a 3-foot tall fence.
Yeah, indeed. Can be a bit tougher in certain sections. This 2-1's lifted to right. That's speaking of certain sections of the ballpark, that almost had the distance to get out itself. Luckily, Dulac was able to make the grab. There's 2 outs now. Jim Lovell at the plate. Patrick Walsh still rolling. He's neutral, but getting to be a little bit tired. 0-2 pitch. Misses.
Walsh still doing a good job here, despite, giving up the run. Just the 2 runs and 4 hits total by the Astronauts as we move on to the 6th inning here. Walsh will be leading off, Dwayne. What do you think? Does Finite turn to the pinch hitter in the bullpen, or does he leave the interesting starting pitching in? Yeah, he's going to go with the hitter.
Yeah, got to try to get something going here in a close game. Having just given up another run, now it's 2-0. Got to get some runners on and, try to chip away.
Absolutely. And let's see if James Stewart can get it going here.
He's got good stats, the pinch hitter. He's ahead in the count 2-1 to White. That one's hit hard on the ground to short. Neil Armstrong picks it up, throws it to first. Out number 1 recorded. Finite just needs to start getting under those now.
Right. Those are the kind of swings you want to start taking, though. At least he's squaring the ball up. And that one's going to be up the chute, Dwayne.
Yeah, made Marion makes a nice attempt at a curveball. Gets herself on with 1 out for Lancelot Dulac. Let's see how Joplin decides to approach this.
Yeah,
Ooh, Marion runs, and she's going to get in there with a good jump. Bad throw anyway from the catcher.
There we go. As Finite had a Steeler trade of his own, up his sleeve.
That one's hit on the ground. It's dangerous. Not going to be able to get an infield single out of it. Runner remains at third. Now he needs a hit with Waverly to try and get Marion in here.
Osbaldistone got his first hit of the season earlier in this game, but that previous hitter also looking for their first hit of the season, batting 0 on the year.
Same goes for Waverly as he lifts that one into a bit of no man's land. Luckily, though, it's lifted high enough where Neil Armstrong can make a catch. And there will be no harm done here from Finite. And we will go to the bottom of the 6th. Let's see who he brings out of the pen here. Did not catch it. It's going to be Thomas Rainsborough against 2-3-4 portion of this Astronauts order.
Dwayne, Finite really wanted that base runner there. It's been a long time since we've seen him get a runner in scoring position. And got him all the way to third there. Was just 1 base hit away from bringing him in, but unable to do so. And we still remain here at 2-0. Yeah, we didn't see Rainsborough last game. This has got to be his ace in the bullpen, huh?
Yeah, he's coming in here now to try and keep things close. You'd have to think. He gets behind, though, with the full count. Walk prone engages, but the strike gets in there. Nice pitch.
Yeah, incredible accuracy there with BB prone activated.
Gets him looking for strikeout out number 1 here in the 6th. Rainsborough, a bit all over the place. Trying to pitch to Neil Armstrong now, and that one crushed foul.
Yeah, he got away with one there.
2-1 to Armstrong, ends up inside. Fastball stung by Wishbone to center. Farnaby has to dive for it to even cut it off. He does, so runner will remain at first. I haven't seen many balls hit harder than that. We'll see what Wishbone can do here with John Glenn.
Yeah, it's actually a very smart play by the center fielder and Finite there by diving for that ball, because it surely would have got all the way to the fence. It was hit so hard. And, balls that get to the wall are doubles or triples.
Finite
Still
looking
got
for that double play. Gets a swing and a
Right.
miss, strike 3 there for out number 2.
Yeah, tough pitch there by Rainsboro.
Runner does
Great.
go. No throw from Dietz.
Yeah, great jump by Wishbone there. He had him timed up.
That one's hit hard on the ground. Jack Burton makes a great play. Throws it to first in time. Out number 3 recorded. That's actually a really great reaction from Finite and his third baseman there.
Yeah, incredible play. Those are the insta bumpers. You got to immediately hit those triggers on balls like that or they've got no chance. Great play.
Frank Osbaldistone already has a hit tonight, and then he swings at the first pitch, sends it up the middle, and gets himself a leadoff single.
Big Frank.
Here is the player who just made that nice play. It's Jack Burton. Let's see what Jack can do here for the Miners. Osbaldistone does not have a ton of speed at first. Ed White still locked in. This one's on the ground right to him. Thrown to second, on to first. It's a 1-6-3 double play. So big 2 outs for LaGrange, and now Will Farnaby bats. We're in the 7th with 2 outs. Top half.
That cut fastball really sawed the handle off the bat there.
Yeah,
That's
indeed
gonna be
it
the
did.
third out.
Yeah, tough stuff after the leadoff single from the Miners. We go to the bottom half. It's a 7th inning stretch now. It's 2-0 still in favor of WishboneRulz.
One thing Wishbone does so well on the mound is he disguises that four seam with the cutter. You know, he'll mix and match those pitches together, so it's really hard to see until the last second which one it might be. Getting a lot of chases with that cut fastball here tonight. Finite using it, that cutter and changeup combo pretty well himself.
Yeah, both these players overall have pitched very, very well tonight and mixed very well. Wishbone just able to capitalize more often and able to catch up with the heater when he needs to. That's been the name of the game. It's 3-1 now to Mattingly. Walk prone engages from Rainsboro. This one lifted to center. Will Farnaby has to go back. It's carrying. It's deep. It's off the glove and out of here.
Oh,
Oof. I mean,
great play. He timed it up perfectly, Dwayne.
yeah, it's you can't do much more than that. That's a tough break for Finite as that one sneaks over the fence. But Wishbone putting a good swing on it just to put it out there. And now it's 3-0. Bottom half of the 7th with 1 out.
So that's twice we've seen Finite play the ball perfectly there in that nook in center field with his center fielder. First time was a ball similar to that. He didn't jump, and he just kind of reached back and grabbed it. And that was a great play. And that time he really had to wait until the ball was almost directly over him just to have a chance. He times it up perfect, but his center fielder's RNG fielding lets him down there.
That second out is recorded. Now Gus Grissom at the plate made Marion dives for it. It's off her glove. So the inning gets extended and Grissom is on base.
There's those pesky Steelers back on base for the Astronauts.
Yeah, and there he goes. Looking to keep the foot on the gas is Wishbone now with Jim Lovell at the plate. That one ends up getting into right. Could be a single. There's a throw from Duloc to the plate. It's not in time. The speed gets him in there. And it's 4-0 LaGrange.
And Dwayne, that's another beauty of the stolen base. When you steal a guy to second, it jacks that infield alignment all up, and they give up so much ground on where they'd normally be standing. They try to pinch that runner for the leadoff. The guy leading off second base, and they give up so much ground at short and second base that the balls like that get poked through.
Looks like the sound bounced back for us here a little bit from our feed, and now we've got the runner on second base, 2 outs. Will Farnaby able to range back there and make the grab, but not before 2 runs do cross. So it's 4-0, and we're going to the 8th. Wishbone's looking for the sweep after taking game 1 by a score of 9-0.
The left fielder, number 1.
First pitch hit on the ground. Buzz Aldrin picks it up, throws it to first, and there's out number 1. Joshua Dietz will now bat. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
And Wishbone yet to have to use his bullpen at all in either game. Doing a great job of getting deep into these ball games with the starting pitchers with efficient pitch counts.
0-2 hit hard by Dietz. It's up the middle and ends up being a 1-out single. This will be the
Sign
pitcher.
of life.
Yeah, sign of life indeed. Now you'll have to see Finite lift Benjamin Taylor, who we just got in to close out the last inning. Needs something here from his bench. It's going to be Lily Oberon.
Yeah, at this point, you're not really worried about wasting the RP there because you just got to get 3 more outs against Wishbone in the bottom half. Oh, and that's a tough double play.
Yeah, it looks like for a second she would beat it there, but she did not have enough legs to make it happen, and that ends the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Finite bringing in his closer to try and get the 3 outs he needs to take it to the top half of the 9th and fight this 4-run deficit. Frederick Henry on the hill.
Yeah, it's actually smart thinking by Finite. In the event that he does make a comeback here, he's gonna need somebody to get him through extra innings or whatever, you know. So if the closer can get these 3 outs, keep it at 4-0, and Finite does make a 4-run or more comeback, he'll have at least 1 RP left in the pen.
That one's crushed to center, carrying. Will Barnaby gets right in front of it at the wall once again, this time making the grab, no mistakes. 1 out now. John Glenn at the dish. Frederick Henry's 6th pitch swung on. It's 0-2. It's a good take from Wishbone.
Interesting he didn't go with the submarine delivery on Frederick Henry.
3-2 now. That one lifted, center field. Will Barnaby able to get to it. Makes the grab for out number 2. And here is Buzz Aldrin. So 1 more out now for the Miners to get versus the Astronauts, and they get a chance to try and make some sort of comeback here, salvage a split on Match of the Week. That one, though, going to extend this inning, a single for Wishbone.
Wishbone's final at bat here, you know, barring a minor comeback, so he's going to really lock in, try to add on to this 4-run lead.
2-0 pitch hit on the ground, made Marion, picks it up, throws it to first, and there's out number 3. So we go to the top of the 9th. 1, 2, 3 coming up for Joplin. See if they can get something started.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 25.
First pitch to Marion, a strike from Ed White, going for the complete game shutout. 0-1 is lifted, it's behind short. Fielders range back, left fielder Shepard gets in there, calls everybody off for the catch. Brings up Lancelot Dulac.
Lancelot might get on the board here, but no, Jim Lovell robs Lancelot Dulac of his first base hit of the season, and he'll still go into the next game at a big goose egg.
Yeah, great grab there by Wishbone to get the second out, and now it will be Edward Waverly final chance for the Miners here in the 9th. The 0-1 is swung on, hit on the ground. Buzz Aldrin picks it up, throws it to first, and there's out number 3. And the LaGrange Astronauts complete the sweep here on Match of the Week against the Joplin Miners by a score of 4-0.
Yeah, great sweep by the Astronauts as he's able to throw 18 straight innings with his starting pitching and just, you know, really dominate on the mound.
Yeah, that was a very, very strong performance that we saw from Wishbone. You'd have to think tonight his pitching much, much improved, something that it seems to have worked on in the offseason. It was just overpowering for Finite to really handle. You saw in the first game especially, he couldn't really get to the fastball, but in the second game, he was able to really get around on a good bit more, but nothing really strung together for him, and on the hill, he just wasn't able to stop Wishbone when he needed to, plus a few untimely errors and things like that not going his way.
Yeah, he definitely did a good job competing, and Finite being the champion and the longtime league veteran that he is, you know he's going to fight with every pitch. And I think that rust was a factor, and he's just going to take a couple weeks to get going here in season 12. But always a tough out is Finite. I think Wishbone was just, maybe a little more prepared and just executed a little bit better.
Yeah, indeed. I think you definitely hit the nail on the head there. I think it's going to be, a better season for Finite probably than last season if he's able to just get on the horse and keep things going. There's a few more games to play and things like that for him to try and get the ball rolling with. So tonight, two losses tonight is something he can easily bounce back from. But 2 wins tonight for Wishbone, something very big for him to start the season. Trying to get into the playoff picture, just missing last season. It's big for him to we saw his revamped approach, and he came away with 2 victories. So congrats to him, like we already said, and a good pair of games from these players tonight. Good pair of games in the AAA. Great way to start this XBL season 12, wouldn't you say, Ox?
Yeah, absolutely. Great job for Wishbone to he's coming for revenge this year, guys. He wants to be in those playoffs, and he's got a nice looking team. He's already taken out one league office member here on opening night, Dwayne. I think he's going to be coming for you as well.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. I don't know who who's out there to take me down this season. Maybe lazy. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, great games, like we already said to the players tonight. And I thank you very much, Ox, for being here in the booth with me. For those of you that are still here with us, look out tomorrow night, Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. As of right now, Ox and I have the season opener show where we reveal the power rankings. We talk about the matches of the week. We do some hot takes. Wishbone's got some stuff outlined. Our first little season roundup for season 12 will be tomorrow night. So look out for that in Discord and and here on this channel when it goes live. Should be very, very exciting for us to get back in the booth once again.
Yeah, I can't wait to join you guys here tomorrow night, like Dwayne said, for the first roundup of the season. And it'll be back on Monday nights here, like you guys are used to. So looking forward to doing that with you, Dwayne.
Absolutely, and we'll have more matches of the week coming at you every week as well as they're scheduled. I dropped the schedule for that earlier during the last few games in the Discord for our players. So take a look over that so you make sure you don't play anybody who you have to set aside for match of the week. And yeah, just thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for participating in another XBL season, making it possible for us to bring back the AA, which is going to be huge. A ton of new players here, so welcome to all of you guys, and welcome back to all of our veterans. It's going to be a really fun season 12, and I can't wait to probably get started with some games myself tomorrow. I don't know about you, Ox.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to getting started as well. It's always a fun and exciting time. The beginning of the XBL seasons, there's nothing like it. And yeah, tune into the Dwayne train if you guys want to watch some Sox baseball. I'll be supporting.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see you next time here on the Cross Platform Baseball League channel. Have a good and safe, pleasant evening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks later, guys.